Hey, I'm going to show you today how to change out the light strand on a side post umbrella with lights. It's super easy to do. All you need is a Phillips screwdriver, the replacement light strand, and about 5 minutes of your time. So it's easiest to, I think, to lay the umbrella down on a table before you start working on it. You can replace the light strand when the frame is still in the stand. It's just a little bit trickier to kind of see what you're doing, so it's a little easier to take the umbrella frame off of the stand. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to work on this rib right here. This is one of the shorter ribs. So the first thing we're going to do, there's a bracket here that connects the rib to the longer rib that we're working on here to a support rib. We're going to remove that bracket. There's just 2 screws to remove that bracket. 1 screw here, 1 screw on the other side. So we're going to quickly remove these 2 screws. This will allow us to kind of look underneath the rib and see what's going on with the light strand. So we've got both of those screws out. That just kind of pops out. Now I can, lift that light strand up and down, or I can lift the rib up and down, see what's going on with the light strand. We're going to come back here to the this little area right here is called the electrical hub of the umbrella. It's where all of the light strands, the wires for the light strands, kind of come together and connect into the positive and negative terminals. So there's 4 screws to remove from the frame here to get at the electrical hub. We've got 1 of them right here. There's 1 of them on the bottom side that's the exact same, and then there's 2 of them right here. So we're just going to remove all 4 of those screws. All right, all 4 screws are removed. Now there's a little cap to the electrical hub. So removing those 4 screws is going to allow us to kind of pry that cap open, and it's going to allow us to kind of see all of the wires that come in from the light strands, as you can see. So we're working on this rib right here. You're just going to look for the 2 wires that come out of the top of the rib. You just kind of look to see where the 2 wires come through into the hub. So what we're going to do, we're just going to follow those 2. Looks like the white one is going into that terminal there. Looks like the red one is going into that terminal there. So there's 2 wires that come out of the light strand. There's a red wire and a white wire. So we're just going to loosen up the screw for the red terminal. Also loosen the screw for the white terminal. And you'll see other red and white wires from other light strands that are going to be connected to the same terminal, more than likely. If you can see that kind of the electrical hub, how it's set up, there's all of the red wires are on the outside terminals and the white wires are on the inside terminals. So here we've got the 2 wires, the red and white from this light strand. So now what we're going to do, we're going to come back to the rib. All the way at the bottom of the rib is where the light strand starts in place. So I just take my screwdriver, stick it in there a little bit just to pry the light strand out a little bit just to get it started. So once I've got the light strand a little bit started, you just pull on it and it comes all the way out. I'm going to come on over to this side. All right, now that we've got the light strand kind of pried all the way out, you just kind of make sure that the rib is at a 90-degree angle with the umbrella frame, and you just kind of slowly start to pull the light strand out through the bottom of the rib. there's a little black weather piece. I like to keep that one for the new strand. But as you can see here, I'm just pulling the light strand connections out. The light strand out. Next thing we need to do is kind of just do the opposite to put it back in. The first thing we're going to do is take the two terminals, red and white. We're going to push them underneath the rib. I'm going to put that weathering piece back on. Then if you can see in here, on the bottom side of the electrical hub, there's a little hole for the wires to come through for each light strand. So we're just going to push those terminals or wires through that hole. Come back around to this side. We've got the wires through now, so we're just going to reconnect the white with the white and the red with the red. Got both of the alright, so we've got both of the terminals screwed back in. So the next thing we're going to do is just kind of reassemble the electrical hub piece. So we're going to slide the plastic cap back over the top. Get that nice and snug. Remember, there's 4 screws, one on the top here, 2 on the side, 1 on the bottom. So we've got that in place. The last thing we're going to do is lift that rib up again. You can get in here and see the there's a little piece right there for the 2 wires to go through. So I tuck those wires up there, and then I can just push the light strand back into the rib all the way to the end. After I get it back in there, the last thing to do is to reconnect that rib to the bracket that connects to the support rib. So we are almost done. 2 screws into the bracket, 1 on each side. And there you go. You just replaced a light strand. Thanks.